It's Steve Buchalter here again. I'm founder and creator of the Money Coaching Foundation. Welcome back. By now you'll understand how important it is to know your money blueprint. You'll appreciate how your money thermostat impacts on your success. I also want to acknowledge you for positively dealing with that little voice inside your head that has almost certainly popped up a couple of times. But here you are, and that's half the battle won. In this video, I'm going to share even more detail of some of the key characteristics of your money blueprint. Let's work out which group, as defined by Dr. Gurney, you fit into. Make sure you watch all the way through to the end, where my doors are still open for a limited time, and you'll have the opportunity to join my inner circle of people that I personally work with. In the meantime, listen on and learn more. So what's your money blueprint? As we said earlier, there are 9 groups. Are you a safety player, an entrepreneur, an optimist, a hunter, an achiever, a producer, a high roller, a perfectionist, or are you a money master? Let's go through them one by one. So let's start with the entrepreneur. As members of the entrepreneurial group, we don't necessarily have to be business owners, although many of us are. We just like to think in a very entrepreneurial way. We enjoy business. In fact, it's where our primary interest and focus lies. We like to perform in business and will rise to any challenge, especially where it has to do with money. We're restless people, while at the same time hugely optimistic. Achievers, on the other hand, have profiles that may be opposite to that of entrepreneurs in terms of risk and how we deal with money. As achievers, we want to manage our money ourselves. We're conservative risk takers and love control. We don't mind dealing with the tiniest, the most minute detail, unlike entrepreneurs who often just say, give me the bottom line. In fact, as achievers, we often need so much control that we're not willing to give our money to anyone else to manage. We like to do absolutely everything ourselves, sometimes to our demise. What about hunters? As hunters, we love to buy material possessions that represent status. We love wearing brand items. We're great spenders. We're often highly educated and mostly have professional or managerial positions. Our earnings are high, but our assets are often much lower because of our high spending pattern. We enjoy living for today and often don't plan for the future. Kind of in many ways, a happy-go-lucky attitude. Do any of these money groups yet ring a bell for you? Well, keep listening. Next up are the high rollers. You don't have to be a gambler to be a high roller, but high rollers are the highest risk takers of all groups. As a high roller, maybe you just love stimulation or sensation seeking, or you may have a number of projects going at the same time and often lack the ability to focus, and that becomes a real problem sometimes. What really helps high rollers is to choose where we need to put our energy and focus on that particular area. High rollers need to learn some of these very basic money management skills. As money managers, we are the group with the greatest contentment in life and the number 1 group in accumulated wealth out of all the groups. We're not the highest in income, but we're certainly wise money managers, and we have the ability to accumulate great wealth. We've mastered the money game, as it were. You're probably starting to get the gist of things, right? You're probably beginning to see just how crucial it is to know your money blueprint. It's important not to judge one group profile as being better than another. Your profile is what it is. Any profile can be great as long as you know and understand what money strengths and weaknesses are associated with that particular group. But the starting point is to know what your money blueprint is, and then once you do that, to know what your strengths or money traits are that you have within that group, and then to leverage those strengths and to develop the weaknesses associated with it. Next up are the producers. Producers are so busy earning a living that we often don't accumulate much money or many assets. Mostly as producers, we don't seem to know what to do with our money. We don't understand it. We don't believe that we're ever going to get anywhere unless we physically hit the jackpot, and in fact, producers are often religious jackpot or lotto players. Then, of course, we get the perfectionists, who are highly critical. As perfectionists, we feel the need to analyze every single decision, almost ruminating on all the different aspects of a decision. As perfectionists, our fear is it's not going to be perfect, and while we're worrying about it being perfect, life happens and we often miss real opportunities. Then we have the safety players. Safety players are the most risk-averse group of all the 9 groups. For safety players, safety is the driving force behind our investment choices. But often we play it so safe that we're even at greater risk, because by being so safe, we often don't make a move. We stay stationary. As optimists, we are completely content with our money and our money situation. But our contentment is not dependent on how much money we have. We experience neither anxiety nor worry with our money or our money management. We feel that everything will be fine, that good fortune is on our side. And our biggest problem is our blind spot. And our blind spot is that sometimes our optimism is blind optimism, and we might not plan accordingly for how long we're going to live or any other contingency. So there you have the start of the information you need on the 9 money groups, and of course, by now, you're starting to get a grip on what profile you're probably going to fit into. But here's the thing. To give yourself the best shot at succeeding online, you need to do more than just identify yourself in one of the profiles. You need to know and understand in depth what your blind spots are in regard to money. How do you behave when you have money? How do you behave when you don't have money? When are you likely to behave in a certain way? Knowing your money group, knowing your money profile, your thermostat, your blueprint, these are all terms for the same thing, is crucial. This is the one and long-lasting path to money. This is the path to financial freedom. To stop repeating the same patterns that you've had with money all your life, you need to give yourself a hand across the bridge we spoke about. Remember, it's not about the state of the economy or what product or service you want to sell online. It's about you. It's about this chance that you finally have to do things differently. This is your chance to learn what no one else will be telling you. Knowing your money blueprint or profile will enable you to learn the real ins and outs of how your mind works with money and the making of money. And you have an opportunity right now to cross the bridge and join the 3% of people who make a success of their online venture. If you've started or you're about to move onto your online venture, you owe it to yourself to make the best decision possible. And the only way you can do this is to know your money blueprint. Now, at this point when I'm recruiting, I normally invite people to join me in my next bootcamp for online business. I'm sorry, however, to say that my doors are closed at the moment and I'm not currently recruiting. I would, however, like to reward you for concentrating on these videos by at least offering you my free money meditation as a download. Yes, it's free and gratis, and my way of saying congratulations to you for showing the commitment of staying with me and watching this BridgePro Video Series all the way through to the end. If you're interested, you can choose to get your money blueprint report. I'll send you a link to that with your free money meditation, but please understand that the one is not dependent on the other. If you only want your free money meditation download, that's all you take. If you'd like to learn more about your money blueprint, you can click on the link and get your blueprint. It'll cost you $20. But I must emphasize the one is not dependent on the other. That's not how I work. You need to take responsibility for yourself and do the right thing for you. Even now, you know enough about your money blueprint and the little voice that crops up from time to time in your head. This is Steve Buchalter. I'd like to thank you for joining me in this BridgePro Video Series. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed creating it for you. I look forward to seeing you on the inside sometime.